All that glitters is not gold, and all that tastes good is not healthy. For example, this is Chinese street food. Looks delicious and mouth melting, but also sickening because it's highly likely it's cooked using gutter oil. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Atul Mishra, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI Global channel yet, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. And please install our Apple and the newly launched Android mobile app. The link is given below in the description. Let's begin. COVID isn't the only reason why you should cancel your upcoming visit to China. Its gut-churning and repulsive food habit has to be the other. Chinese food can make you sick, very sick, because 10% of the cooking oil being used by Chinese vendors is gutter oil. So what exactly is gutter oil? This is a kind of a black market oil that is recycled from the garbage. Men on duty would go through trash bins, gutters, sewers, and even the solid waste of slaughterhouses to scoop out the liquid and remaining animal parts. Then this is processed into a poisonous cooking oil, which is sold to cheap Chinese vendors at a lower price than that of the original cooking oil. The oil produced this way is far from edible and contains all sorts of untold cancer-causing carcinogens. In 2013, it was reported by Washington Post that this gutter oil production mafia spans at least 13 cities of China. The annual market for gutter oil in China is worth millions, encouraging more and more entrepreneurs to indulge in the illicit practice on a large scale. On paper, China has cracked down on the gutter oil extraction business long back. However, Reuters reported in 2017 that the illicit production was still in practice, and the situation is expected to have gotten aggravated in the backdrop of the Russia-Ukraine crisis. In April, it was reported that China was facing a severe shortage of edible cooking oil. As far as vegetable cooking oil is concerned, China's exposure to Ukraine stood at 59% before the war. Earlier, major cooking oil producer nations such as Indonesia and Malaysia had also introduced export restriction measures, thus further throttling China's cooking oil supplies. So it is feared that the gutter oil mafia in China could expand its presence in the country, banking on the skyrocketing prices and soaring demand. With more than 1.4 billion people producing thousands of tons of waste oil every day, a dirty black market is bound to expand around this slippery commodity. For Chinese restaurants and food makers, dealing in the dirty gutter oil market is super lucrative. The director of the Wuhan Airway Biodiesel Company was quoted by China's Xinhua news agency as saying, "Restaurants have to pay a certain fee if they hire the city's sanitation workers, whereas selling kitchen waste to private parties can make up to 10,000 yuan or $1,500 every year." According to a report, a large restaurant is capable of making 2 million yuan or $294,117 US per year just by selling its kitchen waste. Grist, a non-profit news outlet, reported that not only are restaurants incentivized to sell their used oil to private contractors, but they're also incentivized to buy the processed oil back. The price of swill oil is half that of ordinary cooking oil. So you can understand why this gutter oil business is so hot in China. This egregious food safety scandal in China is as disgusting as it can get. Food shortage is a burgeoning crisis in China, and a pinching shortage of cooking oil can very well send anti-CCP sentiments soaring amongst the ordinary Chinese. That's why it's highly likely that this illicit gutter oil production business has tacit approval from the Chinese Communist Party. So poor Chinese are now caught between a rock and a hard place, where those without food are bound to die of hunger and those with food are bound to die of the poisonous oil that they will eventually consume.